Thank you. I'm going to read from a book which in Icelandic is called Oratorek, but in English is called Oralorium, because the actual title is untranslated. The poems in the book are all, they all start with a poem about. I'm going to read a poem about flesh and its fertility. Your flesh is torn, cut, and raised up, but you are fertile. You are callous, you are scabs of a wound, you are abscess, ointments, and gangrene, the graves of appendixes, foreskins, and fetuses. You are fertile, despite operations, interventions, and deep cuts of both your arms, over the shoulders and under your tits, so that by accident 2 pillows fall out, slide down your belly, and disappear into a gaping cesarean, from where your children are then stillborn with lumps of fat for brains and milk glands for heart. You are more fertile than your body, more fertile than the temple of exhausted souls. You go under the knife to let them out, like the bloody fat from an intestinally short mother, a hairless bird from a skinned palm, to inject history bloated with botulinum poison, in order to break down the bird one wishbone at a time. In order to remember that you feel no pain, groove after groove, cut after cut of all the limbs simultaneously, yours and others. Otherwise, you are just numb. You are fertile and creative, scrawling down articles about wholesome sexual behavior, the behavioral patterns of latchkey children, modern social media rhythms, and toys that change color. Gnawed in time with your throat full of piss-warm flesh, and you chew your food 30 times so that it will digest better. You are fertile and you will always be hungry. When someone grabs you by the blubber, you are fertile and you eat like a hobbit. Fertile and you always turn soaked when someone sinks their fingers into your thighs. Fertile and soon you'll have busted perineum, bloody childbirth, tight stitches, and bloodless menopause. You are fertile, your belly pops open and lumpy sperm trickles out. You are fertile and you lose your limbs, get covered with acne, and bury your vagina with bling. You are fertile and you grow bigger, fertile and you diminish. Fertile and have 23% increased risk of heart disease, 17% risk of type 2 diabetes, 38% increased risk of infectious identity disorder. Fertile and beautiful, fertile and impregnable, fertile and self-sufficient. You are fertile and you don't care. You are fertile and now you care. You are fertile and no one waits for you. You are fertile and the revolution waits. No one else. You are fertile and skinned, nothing but clotted blood and bones and torn muscles. You are fertile and you keep your eyes in their sockets with your bare, cold, snot-wet finger bones. You are fertile and you drag your wizened intestines behind you like a stolen bride's veil. You are fertile and taut and swollen. Your holes have been puttied over, your boils punctured, drained, and the pus boiled down and made into night cream for the wives of upper-class gentlemen. But at least you are fertile and photogenic. You are a child, and you are fertile, aged, and you are fertile. You get buried, more fertile, and do not rot, but acquire eternal skin, eternal teeth, and the bone structure of your inner goddess. You are fertile and oversized in undergarments, fertile up to the titties and fertile down to the knees, not just a face, but also a receptacle, not just a toy, but also a pampered brat. You are fertile and you crush sugar cravings, lord over white flour, destroy carbs and devour pure organically grown cellulite for breakfast. You are more fertile on 4 legs thanks to homeopathic medicine, a healthy self-image, and your followers on Snapchat. More fertile on your back thanks to Kegel exercises and childbirth to be repeated as needed. More fertile, moaning, hog-tied with bacon, bathed in butter, with cilantro, with multi-resistant gonorrhea, with pouty lips, with clinical narcissism, with garlic and Sichuan pepper. Voluptuous, you take handstands while fertile. so that your flesh droops below your shoulders. You are fertile in your knees, fertile on your toes, fertile in your palms, radiate through the uterus, gasping and tired, with reddened eyes, stuffing themselves wildly with raw food, sinewy and bloody meat and goldfish on the bone, straight from the tack, stitched up hymens of the oft-utilized, which inject pure belly fat into their flushed breasts. Fair trade menstrual blood into their eye bags, and tone their gorgeous abs by the mirror. Talk to the mirror with their whiny voice. You are fertile, they say. My God, you are fertile, they say. Incredible, they say. You are so fertile. You will probably soon be fertile again, they say. Don't worry, nobody cares. If you talked to others the way you talk to yourself, you would soon have no friends. With a greased-up duck face on your lips, a bone-white clothespin on your nose, and deep pink speckled scabs up your thighs, you can leave your hat on your head. You can leave your countenance on your face, wear your contacts while swimming, mash your afterbirth into your fish stew, and breastfeed in the sauna. For God's sake. The password is we love boobs and babies. You are fertile and strong, with feet like a hippo. You are fertile and pretty, with a face like a granite hard muscle man's member. You are fertile and rigid, with an ass like a weathered leather sofa during the thaw period. You are fertile and soft, free, flow forth like a glazier bursting out of edible shapewear panties. You are fertile, goddess, god, idol, good, despite childbirth and exhausted temple reshaping history, and so on and so forth.
Extraordinary.